Hi, I'm Emma, she, her.
And I'm Jess, she, her.
And this is Fluff,
the podcast about friendship, love, unfortunate failure, and fun.
Why are you pointing? Let's just chat. Oh no, we're not doing that now.
Okay, well, hi podcast listeners, all the millions of you.
Yeah, all the millions. It's our very first episode, and so we are here just to introduce ourselves and why we're doing this.
Yeah.
And why would you want to listen to us, basically?
We'll give you the reasons right now.
Yeah, exactly.
So, fluff.
Yeah.
Fluff.
It's such a good word.
Fluff. I love the word fluff. And it's not used enough, I say.
No, it's kind of like, it makes you think blankets, coats, soft things.
Soft things, a bit fluffy around the edges.
I mean, I picture colour as well. I don't know why fluff makes me go like, ugh.
Fluff. What kind of colour?
Pastels, actually, to be honest. So maybe not like all the colours, but
we do love the pastels.
Yeah, it's a good pastel.
I have memories of being quite attached to fluff from a young age. I used to sleep with cotton wool, and I used to wake up in the middle of the night screaming for my mum if the fluff had disappeared. So fluff is
this a real story?
It's a true story. Yeah, no word of a lie. So
this is new. I didn't know this about you. You slept. Did you say you slept with cotton wool?
Instead of a cuddly toy, I slept with a ball of cotton wool, and then inevitably that would go missing in the middle of the night, and then I'd scream for my mum. She had to come and help me find the cotton wool.
Oh my god!
But she would learn that the cotton wool she just couldn't find in the dark, so we'd just bring another one.
You're kind of weirder than I thought.
There I am.
Great. That's great.
Be weird, everybody. It's great.
Oh, no. Okay, so what do I think of fluff in, like, context of my life? It's been used more as, like, a descriptive word of, like, oh, that's a fluffy thing, or a fluffy person, or a fluffy place.
Positive, negative?
Yeah, both. I think if you are described as a fluffy person, you're someone who like fluffs about or like doesn't focus or whatever.
Yeah.
And sometimes, I feel like women are often described as fluffy. I feel like I would describe you as fluffy, but I think of that as like a nice word.
Yeah, totally. But you have to learn to own it.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I'm thinking at the moment actually, but my mum has this like heart-shaped pillow on her bed that is covered in red feathers, which is like super fluffy and super sensual. And I was with her when she bought it, and I was maybe 8 years old, and I felt a bit weird.
What's the feathers for?
Yeah, Mum's boudoir.
Way to go, Wendy Barr. You don't know about Wendy Barr. Oh, you will.
Yeah. She's coming up.
But I think that's where we've both kind of clung onto the word fluff, is that it has got certain people think of fluffy as a weakness maybe or something, whereas we love being fluffy.
Yeah, it's associated a lot with femininity, which is associated, unfortunately, historically, with like weakness, with emotion, with kind of like shitty secondary things. Do we swear on here? I don't know.
Well, we can let
it in for now.
Or put like a little bang.
Yeah.
Or a swear word.
I'm gonna have to think about that. I think it's a nice F word.
Yeah.
It's our nice F word.
Yeah. Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
Fluff with some stars.
Yeah.
But we're not afraid to use it. And I think it reminds me of the person who turned fluff into a positive thing for me. Was I had a job interview and I couldn't find the word to describe myself when I was asked what my weaknesses were. And I was like, oh, weaknesses. What's my weakness? And I immediately went internal and was like, maybe people take me a little bit. I don't know. Oh, I'm not sure. And
I think that's because you're a Gemini, but more on that later.
Astrology's coming too. And the lovely panel member offered to me, would you say people call you fluffy?
Wow.
But in a positive way, because I'm like, it's not a weakness to be fluffy.
No.
Like, we're serious hard workers. We are hard workers.
Yeah. I think that's one of those things where, just to bring it back to that little femininity word that I would use, I think we both are very fluffy in how we present to the world. We care about what we wear. We get excited about kind of very feminine experiences. But there's so much strength in that, and we're hardworking, outspoken, exciting, loud people who you can't dismiss. Like, you can't use fluff to dismiss us, basically.
Yeah. And if you do call us fluffy, then we will say, hell yeah.
Yeah. There's also like this association that fluffy subjects are the things that are like about your heart, or about kind of the things that are unimportant. Like friendship might be something that's fluffy. And obviously we're here to tell you that is the most profound.
That's what it's all about.
Experience.
I mean, that's why we're talking right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Should we say what we think fluff stands for?
Yeah, we will.
Yeah, we will.
We think that fluff stands for us, friendship.
Yeah. Love.
Unfortunate failure.
Okay, Olivier. And fun. Like, most importantly, fluff. It's about having fun.
Yeah, I think that's our favourite word.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we bump into drama school, and
can you tell? Yeah.
Yeah.
Not even just 3 years of training. Oh no, they went twice.
Yeah, both of us outrageously couldn't get enough the first time round. So yeah, we work with people, and we teach them how to have fun, essentially, and then watch that magic happen.
Yeah. And we're not ashamed to say, and I think we're at a stage now where we're really proud that one of the key words in our lives is play.
Yeah.
And you should never stop playing. Playing is the root of well-being. I think that is the formula. That's the magic formula. It's about being able to let down your barriers and just feel a bit free and be silly, whatever your age.
Yeah, your age, your gender, your race, your nationality. Like, play is a universal language,
isn't it?
Yeah.
And I think we both live in London now, but the one thing that you can always connect on without language, even if you don't know that person, is if you know you are standing in front of a playful person, you will inevitably be laughing quite soon.
But I think there's also something in this about us being two queer women in our late 20s who, because we're not following a conventional life plan.
And that is essentially our core. And that doesn't make us and I'm doing little quote marks here, the crazy aunts. Or maybe it does. Okay, you keep calling us that.
Yeah.
The crazy aunts. And in a way, Emma, I don't know about you, but I just feel the playfulness just keeps actually getting bigger.
Fun.
Yeah, more fun.
I feel like the more we know each other, and we know each other incredibly well, the more fun we have.
Absolutely. By the way, FYI, we're best friends. Just in case I didn't mention this.
Yeah, so I guess ultimately we're here making this podcast because we're best friends. Because we have a lot of fun talking to each other. And sometimes we think, people should listen to this. It's a bit up our own bums a bit. But at the same time, I think, our beautiful butts.
Life is fun.
Yeah.
And I suppose this also has come through a journey of having some really difficult times. But I tell you what, going through difficult times together, and also difficult times at different places where we've been each other's support, and yet always had fun whilst going through that shit. But whilst going through those really difficult periods, you couldn't help but be grateful for each other.
Like, there's this really hilarious moment in the past year, because Jess has had a shit year, so couldn't go home for a bit. And so there was this one moment where in the darkest time we ended up booking a hotel last minute in London, but the worst
Oh.
The dirtiest, probably the worst hotel you've ever imagined.
It
Not
was
even,
something.
it wasn't a hostel, so it wasn't like, we maybe
No.
would have expected that more in a hostel. I don't know.
Yeah. Oh, we'll take your bunk beds over
toilet, the most uncomfortable beds. And
that.
there's
It was
the
spring,
moment.
wasn't it?
Yeah,
it was all spring.
It was rough. But there was like half wood. I don't know. There's this moment we're both sitting there brushing our teeth in this despicable room.
With the brown water coming out the tap.
Oh my God. Yeah. And we looked at each other and just laughed because what is happening in our lives?
Yeah.
But that's because of fun and friendship and this dark time. But
exactly.
Otherwise, you probably would have been alone crying.
Yeah. So thank you for coming up to London.
I didn't mean to toot my own horn, but that
was a great night.
That was a great night for being a shit night.
Yeah. We wouldn't change the crap that we've been through because that's why we are literally here today.
Yeah. And there's also something radical and profound in building communities and communities of friendship and chosen family, particularly in the queer community, obviously. But I think we're in a world like, sorry if you're into capitalism, but here's a moment for you. We're in a world that teaches us to be separate and to put yourself first and to make money for yourself and your immediate biological family, whatever that means. And we're here to say, actually, friendship is one of the most, if not the most important relationship you'll have in your life. It's not about finding your true love. It's not about it's not about mending things with your mom, regardless of your relationship with your mom. It's about finding that person that's there for you no matter what.
Absolutely.
And is also going to call you out on the things that you've done wrong.
Yeah.
Like, friendship is a really special relationship.
And it's amazing to navigate that and learn about each other more and more. And I think the things that other people might be like, oh, Jess is a bit this or Emma's a bit that, that's what we love about each other. And we find it hilarious.
Oh, God, yeah.
And the fact is that we understand it. Like, other people don't get it. Like, other people don't get that, I don't know, Emma might need to be right. Other people don't get that Jess's mind is flying 200 miles per hour all over the place and she can't settle on one decision.
Yeah.
But we kind of cherish that in each other and can also just be like, hey, what's the deal?
Yeah.
But we love that about each other because there's no judgment because I think we've learnt that we need every type of kind of personality in this world.
Oh,
so
gosh,
we're happy.
yeah.
Don't be ashamed of being fluffy.
Yeah. And there are ways where, you know, there's parts of me, as you mentioned, I have an obsession with being right and having an opinion on everything. And sometimes I get really down on that about myself. And my partner might be really sort of, obviously loves that part of me because, well, she has to. She's got to love every bit of me. But when it comes from you, it feels that you're like, but that's who you are and that's what's great about you. It feels more valid. It's not like your mum saying, well, you're special. It's like a friend acknowledging who you are. And then you kind of feel seen, I guess. Seen and respected. Totally.
Because I suppose you're different. It's not a romantic love. It's not, well, I don't know, is it though? But it's...
what is romance?
But it's not your sexual partner. It's not your... it's not by blood, biological person, whatever. But it is that person who will do anything for you and stand your ground and totally appreciates you. And sees you for who you are and is super keen and interested to forever see who you are. And as we were slightly discussing earlier as well, is that as you say, we're now in our late 20s. We're soon one member of the party.
One member. A bit close to the big 3-0.
The 3-0 is soon approaching. And I can't wait. Yeah. But would not go back because now we understand ourselves a bit better. And referring back to the shit times that we have been through over the past few years. But wouldn't change that because personally, I feel like I've never loved myself more than I do now. vice versa.
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Yeah, because you
understand,
grow.
not necessarily love, it's just understand all the parts of myself.
Absolutely. So thank you, shit people, for the
for your shittiness.
For your shittiness. We learned so much about ourselves.
I also think, like, there's a lot of anti-aging rhetoric out there. A lot of people who are like, oh, turning 30 is going to be so hard for you. Or people who want, there's the, like, Peter Pan, forever young kind of stuff. Yeah. And I think every year of my life has gotten better. And not because the situations have been better. Like, I'm broker now than I was when I was 25. Yeah. But I'm happier because I know myself better and my relationships are stronger.
Yes, absolutely. And I suppose what we hope through this podcast is that we have developed, we think, some strategies, some perspectives, some ways of thinking that have helped us get to this point where we understand ourselves a bit better. And we want to share that.
Yeah.
We want to share what people have taught us, what Emma's taught me.
What Jess taught me.
No. But we want to share that because we do think that also Emma's just holding the wine glass here whilst I'm talking for me to fill up.
We're ready for some filling, but finish.
I'll finish first. My thought track.
Finish my glass.
But I think we wanted to share the fact that we are serious about our tools and our methods of staying happy and healthy, both mentally and physically. Yeah. And socially.
There's this, like, new buzzword of self-care, etc. But that's what we do, and that's what we've always done, and that's always been what's been dismissed as the fluffy thing.
Fluffy thing. It's fluffy to do your self-care. Yeah. Do your self-care. Do your self-care. And
we're not talking about face masks and baths, although that is beautiful if that's what you subscribe to. We're talking about genuine human connection. Yeah. And seeking that out if you don't have it, and finding places to have that depending on where you come from and what works for you, and just finding ways to be happy and comfortable with yourself.
And if you are then listening to this, and also if this is about maybe not feeling comfortable in yourself, hopefully we're going to cover all of that as well throughout our episodes. Yeah. But also if you're feeling a lack of friendships or a lack of that person, like for me personally, I know we both have we have a network of friends, but I think it's the fact that we've got to this point in our life as well, and we've both come through similar things, and it's like, okay, finding that kind of friendship, because I think even it's really easy when you have amazing friends around you to still feel lonely, and I think that comes with a combination of totally being yourself with somebody.
Yeah. I also think
just topping up the wine is
listen to that. Pick up that drip, drip, drip.
Cheers.
I'm sorry if you don't drink alcohol. This is definitely going to be a recurring theme for us. But I was also going to say that cheers.
Cheers.
That's a good that's a good little ring for you.
Maybe that's our jingle.
We actually, Jess and I met in our undergraduate, which for both of us was our second time going to higher education. So we were a little bit older, mature students. Not that mature, we were in our early 20s, but that was old compared to 18-year-olds. Yeah. And actually through our degree we got to know each other well, but I wouldn't say we were best friends until afterwards. Yeah. So it's not like you have to have found this person when you're 4 years old, because that's the story that's out there. It's my best friend from childhood, blah blah blah.
That's in the movies.
You can make friends if you're 50. You can make friends if you're 70. You can find your person then. It doesn't have to be the person you met, who you were like in the womb next to. Like it doesn't have to be that old kind of relationship.
And that's because we evolve ourselves. So naturally some friendships do disintegrate, and that's absolutely fine. I am a massive stickler for being so appreciative for the times that you have spent with loved friends. Yeah. But if those friendships change because your life dramatically changes,
and part of your identity.
Okay. Yeah. Exactly. And I suppose we are both people who our identity has massively evolved as well.
We
Enter
came out.
coming out. Coming out.
Yeah, coming
I am gay, honestly.
She coming out.
To came out.
To came out. To coming out.
But we did, and
yeah. But this is also not,
yeah,
because there's also this thing. Do you remember being like 6 and you
do.
were best friends with someone one
I went
day?
to Canada when I was 6.
Oh. So did I. I lived there. I went to England when I was 6.
No way!
Yeah.
That's when we
It wasn't
spread our
the same
first
year,
little
though.
sprinkles. Oh,
Yeah.
that's true.
Unfortunately.
That's true.
You know.
Connections begun.
Yeah. No, but do you remember being... Okay, I'm 6 as an example, but when
Yeah.
you're best friends with someone the next day and they're like, you're not my best friend anymore, it's Fiona or whoever it
Yeah,
might have been.
yeah,
Fine,
yeah.
Fiona. And it's not about like this hierarchy. Or do you remember MySpace and Facebook, when they first existed, you rated your friendships? Maybe you didn't partake in this.
I didn't partake in it.
Oh my God. It was like... You had your top friends, and they were in order from 1 to 10. This is on Facebook.
That sounds
when
really
it was new, and
harsh.
I'm 16 at this time, so to the point where you pissed me off a bit today. You're now down to 3. Like it was like that. And
What, you rated it, or there was like
you did it? It wasn't an algorithm. It was something that was like purposeful. But so. Here's what I'm saying. I know that was a really bad... That's a whole other world to go into. But I'm calling you my best friend. And I have other amazing friends in my life. And it's not to say that there's like a hierarchy of friendship. So there's nothing wrong with not having an individual that is your best friend. But I would say that you're my best friend because there's not one part of me that you don't know or you haven't had an experience with. And that's because I've spent most time with you in my adult life.
Yeah.
So you might say, I think you're more confident in who you are than I am confident in who I am. Mm-hmm. But that's my own sort of neuroses where I'm part of who I am is questioning who I am all the time.
But then you talk about that with your friend, don't you?
Yeah. Oh my God. Thank God for you. Via whatever methods possible.
And you need that friend who is... When you are having your moments, which seemingly society might be like, whoa, what's she up to right now? That you can go to your friend and you can say, I am thinking this.
Yeah.
I am feeling this. And you feel like you can't talk to anybody else about that. People don't talk about all those thoughts that you have. The emotions of what you think is irrational. And I think we're both very similar in that personality-wise as well.
Yeah.
Just because we're quite, we like to imagine big epic sagas.
Yeah.
We could make some Hollywood billionaire movies
quickly in our brain,
just within our own brain.
And it's not that this is to be reserved to like 2 girls being best friends and sharing everything together. It's about community ultimately. Yeah. I can talk to you about literally poo.
I was about to say what came out of the toilet bowl.
Yeah, the toilet bowl. Or I can talk to you about
1 to 10. How slow is your fart?
Or I can talk about the fight I just had with my partner, or I can talk about the bad thoughts in my head, or I can talk about my successes at my job or whatever. I can talk to you literally about anything and nothing. Like I can talk to you about nothing and still have fun. My poo looked a bit like this today.
Yeah. And then your best friend just goes, oh, babe, were you on the lentils last night?
Yeah, or says, can you send me a picture?
Just so curious.
Yeah.
I mean, let's talk about the body.
Oh, let's.
Oh, no. I was really about to out myself.
What were you going to say? Oh, I know what you're going to say.
But say you have a body thing that you might want your friends to check out. They can check that out.
Full disclaimer, I need to say I talked about this in a lecture recently.
What did you say?
I didn't name you.
Oh, it's fine.
It was
name
about
me
connection and sisterhood.
And you said?
I said something about the ultimate connection is...
Okay, podcast listeners, so here's what happened. I got my first ever hemorrhoid.
This is big for episode 1.
But this is how we mean to go on. Open and honest. We may edit it out. But you get your first hemorrhoid. It's all a bit concerning. The hemorrhoid might be the size of a grape. I've never really seen it. You saw it.
Smaller than a grape.
Blueberry.
Oh, smaller. Not that big.
Was it?
It was more, and it was also like long.
I thought it was a plump. Was it?
Longer than big.
I thought it was round and plump.
Well, that's what it would feel like if you're touching it on your own anus.
Hemorrhoid occurred. Being the wonderful best friends that they are, Emma and her partner, should we give her a name?
Yeah, wait.
Ingrid. Wife.
Yeah.
So they were actually very concerned for my health because the hemorrhoid had not gone away in some time.
It was Jess's slight neglect for her health that was our concern, saying, I think I have a hemorrhoid a few weeks earlier. And now we're on holiday and she says, it's still here and it's not gone away. Ingrid is a veterinarian, so a medical person of sorts. Who volunteered.
Sometimes animals, sometimes humans.
And she volunteered to lend her eyes to the bum.
But can I offer what was what I thought was the true friendship of that moment was, yes, of course, Emma and Ingrid were touching my pile.
I wasn't until I needed to.
You weren't until you needed to. Well,
what, she needed some cream spread and she couldn't see, so
that happened. But the most astonishing friendship moment, I thought, was when Ingrid asked me to bend over on all fours, and I got shy, and so Emma bent over on all fours too, and was like, "Look, I'll do it." And so then held my hand, and we just bent over on all fours together. But Ingrid did then go into my asshole on the left.
I forgot that. Well, she's familiar with my asshole.
Yeah, that didn't need re-exploring. We were after the pile. We were also on holiday at this time, and the holiday was going to take a break to go into the walk-in centre if there was any cause for harm, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was, if it gets serious, we're taking you to the hospital.
Yeah.
Hence the medical professional.
But we just took a picture of it and sent it to Ingrid's mum instead.
Who was also a medical professional. We should clarify. With humans.
In case anyone's wondering, the pa has gone.
That was the important.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah.
But also, I want to get hemorrhoids out on the scene. Because...
Do you?
Yeah.
On the scene.
On the scene. I've never had pars before. Any of the sort. Age 29, hemorrhoid enters. So... if you get a hemorrhoid, everybody, do not be shy. Do not be embarrassed. Just get your best friend to check them.
No, don't. No.
Go to the doctor.
Go to the doctor. That was our sound conclusion as well.
Moving on from hemorrhoids.
Moving on from Uranus.
So let's just go back to our acronym of fluff. Because we love fluff as a word. But also, let's just talk through the letters, maybe. Because what can you expect from fluff?
Friendship.
I think
we're there. I think we're there.
I think we spent 30 minutes on the friendship.
I think we went straight to the anus.
Love.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, love.
Well, love. Do you know what? Love is going to come up time and time again.
But love is also friendship, and that's the thing. Like, we need to love more.
Yeah.
We need to love everything
and don't
more.
Put everything, albeit respect, when you find your partner, sexual romantic love.
Yeah.
But...
yeah, don't put your world into them.
No.
Or at least invite your friends into that world.
Well, this is what we've learned. Talk about everything to your friends if you can. Because things can get tricky in your romantic love.
Yeah. This language of, this person is my world.
Mm.
I mean, as much as Ingrid is my world and I love her, but at the same time she's not my world. Do you know what I mean?
Well, maybe we need to contextualise a little bit. Just a general context, because we keep, I suppose, referring to something, but we both have gone through quite similar heartbreaks.
Yeah, to the week. It was like a 2-year anniversary of my heartbreak when Jess had the exact same thing happen to her.
Yeah, exact same thing. And that exact same thing was a partner / fiance.
Long-term partner.
Long-term partner walking out on us, for us, in a completely unexpected way.
Complete shock.
Yeah, complete shock. Which... I heard it. Deep breath. Wouldn't change it for a thing, though, honestly.
No, because actually it was these two breakups that made us be even closer and closer and closer until we were, looking at Jess's anus.
You see how it goes. You see how it goes. It all has good outcomes. But we both had similar breakup stories where our partners left us. For us, seemingly out of nowhere. Even if for our partner, it was going on in their head.
Longer.
Silently, Mum, some might say.
And I think we both would say that person was our everything.
Yes.
Prior to their departure. Our language
was very much, this person is my world.
Yeah.
This person is my everything. Which I don't think was necessarily... Well, no, that's not the reason they left us. It was to do with personal reasons. But also just for us, that then totally changed how I think about love. And I am somebody who is all-in lover, but...
That leaves you in a feeling of, I've lost everything. I don't know who I am without this person.
Yeah. And whilst that was beautiful...
Yeah. So since my breakup, have been very fortunate, and I've found the person I'm supposed to be with, I think, and have married her, which is the best thing that ever happened. And apparently I was quite poetic, because at one of my weddings, because we had quite a few parties,
international love,
my dear other best friend, she read out my texts from the first week of meeting Ingrid, and I was really smart, I think. Just like looking back on myself, and I said something like, it's like two whole people have met, or we're two whole people, and that's what makes us good. As opposed to the words of my other half, or that. That's kind of that makes you feel like if they're gone, you can't support yourself.
But I remember growing up with hearing people saying my other half, and I was like, I can't wait till I find my other half.
Exactly.
But I think whilst that was our late to 20s relationship and love, and seemingly who we thought was our be all and end all, it's amazing to mature past that.
Yes. And then to find love past that, where it's you are a whole person, they are a whole person with all of their aches and pains and problems, and also amazingness.
Yeah.
And you're together, and you choose to be together. So it's the act of choosing each other every day.
Yeah.
And it's also the act of, like, I still have my friendship with Jess, which is all-consuming, apparently, and amazing. And it's this whole thing outside of... Although Ingrid is also very good friends with Jess.
I love
her. There's no guilt if I'm spending time with Jess. There's no... We should be together at all times. Yes. There's no feeling like all of our hobbies need to be the same.
Yeah. Because how are you going to be your whole?
Yeah.
Like, it's not you're looking for the half. It's just you should always be your own whole.
Oh, yeah. There you go. That's an...
Oh, hello.
Hello t-shirt slogan.
Yeah. Oh, I see it glitter writing.
Everything's in glitter.
I suppose as somebody who was 2 years after Emma, to the exact week, to the same time, parallel stories.
Yeah.
But I could never imagine myself back then being who I am now, which is that prioritizing what I like in my life, what I want to do. And so any future love situation, like I am still going to my yoga class, whatever.
Yeah.
I am still taking care of my health and not knowing my limits. I'm not pushing myself to be something to make my partner happy. in ways which
so
is
important.
a detriment to myself.
Yeah.
And any healthy partnership will respect that. And any healthy partnership I could voice if something is making me feel unbalanced.
And that's the main thing.
Yes.
We can talk about anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So good.
And so I think whilst both of our heartbreaks were so devastating at the time, and of course a traumatic journey to get through, our trauma was based in the abandonment of the situation. The fact that we both and on reflection, for example, I can see, okay, these things were happening, but I never saw it as the end of the relationship. I would have thought that two adults are going to work through whatever little tidal waves are coming or whatever. Two adults. But now would not change that because fully happy with the maturity that comes the other side.
Yeah.
And I just want to credit Emma for... So Emma was...
Thanks.
You're welcome. But so it's a bit, in a way, like Emma went through it first, so was able to give me a lot of wisdom in that.
Yeah.
Very strong wisdom.
Well, when it's almost the same experience, I knew exactly what I would have done differently. So I was... It's almost like when it happened to you, I was able to go, oh, this is why I went through it. So that I could help you through it.
Yeah.
In so many ways.
Yeah.
But I think what we're trying to say about love is that love... If we leave love to be just for your partner, love is such an important emotion, but love should be shared with everything. You should love your friends. You should love your family if they love you back. You should love the people you encounter every day. We need more love in the world, but we don't need to put it all into one person.
Absolutely. Because that can drive you not into a good headspace.
Yeah.
If you're waiting, and I suppose that then comes into those territories of dependency.
Yeah.
Relying on somebody for something that you're not just bringing to yourself.
Sure.
And I suppose within a friendship, there's always a independence within that as well.
But there's no there's not as much expectation.
Yeah.
Or maybe that's the wrong way of saying it.
No, I totally get the expectation.
I'm not if you've got something else on in your life, I'm not going to be like, oh, well, she didn't include me.
Yeah, yeah.
It's more like good on you for having something going on, you know. Supportive.
Which I suppose we've learnt now is also what should translate to your relationship, your romantic relationship.
Yeah.
But the way that you are with your friends, which is like championing them, so proud if they have a life achievement, if they get I don't know, a job where they need to go and work away for a bit or something like that. As you with your friend, then you champion your partner in the same way. Oh, I wouldn't change it. I honestly wouldn't.
No. Thank you.
Thank you.
If you're listening. You shitheads.
You shitheads.
And then, so, next word. Because we said friendship, we said love. Unfortunate failure.
Yeah.
Well, it's kind of what we've just said.
Yeah.
But it's also beyond that. It's not about just the really big, obvious moments. It's about the moments where you're not a good person.
Yeah, and just admitting it.
Yeah.
Because we all do stuff.
We are all bad people. I mean, we're all people, which means that we are good and bad, or we're not anything.
Fib a little
we're
bit.
in the middle.
We all do a little bit. We all panic. But to be fair, Emma, like, this is why also I value you so much. But
Guys.
but say for example, something that I've had to really develop myself is just saying what the hell I'm thinking or making a decision, which we could attribute to the Gemini star sign, but also we can't always just, blame our star signs. I think I've got better with it, but I'm just looking at Emma's face expression and checking if it's I mean, I feel like there's still some work to be done.
No, Jess is a people pleaser.
Yes.
To the point where she doesn't protect herself.
And I also can fuck up shit.
Well, now we've gone there.
We worried about fuck, we worried about shit, and now we've got fuck up shit. But if you are too much of that, then you can be to the detriment of stuff.
Yeah.
Or you're just panicking about something. You've got anxiety about something. You're having a really down day and things just are not going the way that you hoped.
Yes.
And we might
get
not
in your own head about
harness
it.
our emotions.
Yes.
Into the head.
Yeah.
Emotions. And once those emotions
self-blame, all of that kind of bad sort of dark stuff that goes on in every single person.
Yeah.
There's not a single person apart from maybe Donald Trump who doesn't go around being like,
didn't think Donald Trump would come in the first episode.
I know. But I was just kind of thinking like he's a person who, only because I was watching his speech yesterday.
Oh, it's gross, wasn't it?
He's disgusting and he doesn't have any sort of moments of, but am I...
No.
He needs a little bit more anxiety.
Yeah.
I'd like to give you a bit of my anxiety. And then you can
your
question
words.
yourself a little bit, mister.
Yeah.
Question who you are.
Because we could probably say the loveliest thing to somebody and be like, was that the right thing to say?
Exactly. After this week, because this week we're talking about ourselves a lot. Because you don't know us yet.
And don't get us wrong, we have a Google Doc for you. We have a long Google Doc.
I mean, don't read the Google Doc.
I won't read the Google Doc. Right, subjects, topics that you can expect to hear on Fluff.
Yeah. In the future, we are going to have little assignments. We're going to do our research. Every week is going to have a different theme, a different idea behind it.
Yeah.
Which is going to frame our conversation. So it's not as loose and free as this particular episode.
So you get one time only to enjoy this loose and freeness. Because then we're going structured. Within, fluffy boundaries.
Yeah. So there's always going to be a bit of fluff around the issue.
But as artists who give out art to other people.
Yeah.
And create art with other people. I think the reason we are artists is ultimately also because we want to express ourselves.
Yeah. And we have something to say.
Yes.
Like we as us.
Yes. And whether 5 people engage with it, 500 people engage with it.
Yeah.
We just...
Even if it's just our mums.
That's brilliant.
Our mums will understand us better.
Exactly. Shout out to the mums.
Yeah. Thanks for listening and don't forget to rate and subscribe.
We're excited to welcome you into our Fluff family and bring you some gorgeous sparkles every Friday.
We got this.